Hello, and welcome to the Authentically Elisa podcast, Unmasking Your True Self. I'm Elisa Bogarts, your guide on this journey to discovering the most genuine version of yourself. Each episode is a step towards unveiling the incredible power that lies within you as we strip away all the shoulds and shine a light on the coulds. Together, we'll explore the path of self-empowerment, self-confidence, and the courage to be unapologetically you. Thank you for being here. Hello, and welcome to today's episode. In this episode, we're going to be talking about living an empowered life. And today I have an amazing guest with me, Diane Curley. Diane believes in the transformative power of relationship and connection. She knows that when we come together, our impact is way more powerful. And that's why her mission as an author, speaker, podcaster, and TV host is to create an exceptional experience that sparks engagement, enables change, and enriches life. She serves at the intersection of leadership and service, working full-time as an RN and volunteer on an international disaster assistance response team. Wow. Welcome, Diane. So good to have you here.
Thank you. So good to be here.
Yeah. So tell me how you kind of got into this field of work and why you're so passionate about it.
Yeah, so it's kind of really almost like a separate life because I work full time as a registered nurse, and a lot of my free time is spent, volunteering in disaster response. But in 2018, I was interviewed by another woman in Australia. It was a written interview, and then she wrote a blog, and I thought, huh, that's really cool. And I decided I was going to do that. I was going to interview other women, share their impact, their influence, celebrate their authenticity and everything, amplify their voice and visibility in this way. So I started, with neighbors and friends, but it grew. And I've interviewed women from around the world and just in a written format.
Yeah.
And then we grew organically, and we started, we had approached to do a TV show on public access TV. So now I go into the studio, and there's a team and people and cameras, and I invite guests in, and we do the same interview I did in the blog. I now do on TV for public access TV, which really gives my guests more visibility, I think, and just something extra. I still post it to YouTube and the social media, but it's just a little something extra. So I've gotten away from the writing, which I did for 5 years, and have been doing the TV show on public access. The
Very cool.
issue is I'm not that good at podcasting because I'm used to just going into the studio with my guest and everything's done for me.
Right.
So this is kind of fun trying to get all the tech stuff.
Yeah. It can be a challenge for sure. Luckily, there's some people that love the tech stuff that you can hire. So,
Yeah. Mhm.
So tell me, what does authenticity mean to you?
You know, that word has been, bantied about, like, be your authentic self and all stuff. And I remember when I first started hearing it years ago, I actually had to look it up. I was like, I don't get it. But because to me, um, it just means being who you are. Like, it's so simple. Just be who you are. Be real. If you're a quiet person, it's okay. If you're more of an introvert, if you're more of a, somebody who's extroverted and wants to be out there in the world, then do that. But don't pretend to be what you're not. Just be yourself, because first of all, that's so much easier than trying to be something you're not.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we shouldn't learn and grow. We should learn and grow, but it should still be our values, aligned with who we are, and being that, just exactly real, who you are, approachable, and not a facade.
Yeah, it's not a facade, that's true. And it can be so hard because society sometimes can, or whatever, our history is everything that we like sort of, grow up with can tell us that we're supposed to be a certain way. So
Oh, yeah.
therefore you feel like you have to be the facade, or you feel like you're living, yeah, as that, and not able or allowed to be your authentic self. So yes, just doing it, yeah, just being yourself. It's
Yeah. Be true to
yeah.
yourself, be true to
Mhm.
your values, give yourself that permission and that grace to
Mhm.
embrace fully
Yeah.
and love fully who you are.
Yes. 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 It starts with us.
Hmm.
Starts with you for sure. Well, give us some I know you've got some like amazing tips on sort of empowering women and who maybe need a way forward for a more sort of empowered life. So yeah, give us some like tips on how that kind of happens or how people can do that.
Yeah. Well, it's a couple of things. One is saying yes to opportunities. I find that very empowering. Even if you're a little bit hesitant to try something new or put yourself out there, or say yes to the opportunity, see where it flows. If it doesn't feel like a good fit, it's you can always reevaluate and you can always move forward in a different direction. But go ahead and say yes. Don't let fear hold you back from saying yes to a new opportunity that could really um, add so much to your life and so much happiness or joy.
Yeah,
But
I love that
be about if yeah.
because it can like because I think that is what is can be so empowering, and how you said that is that see where it goes, see where it flows to, and that you actually are empowered to change your mind. You're empowered to say this doesn't work, or you're empowered to like
Mhm.
explore new things or be open or see where that leads you, because just because the starting place and what you thought that might originally be, it can morph and change and into something totally different. So
Yes, and that did happen to me specifically because, like, I was writing my blog, and then originally I was approached when I was approached to do the show. I was like, "No, I can't take another thing on.
mm,
Thank you, but no." And then this is my other tip: is they said, "You're not going to do it alone. We have a team. We're going to be there with you." And that really is an epiphany. Like, maybe we should do that more for others. Say, I know
mm,
you're scared about the opportunity. Maybe right now you've got too much going on, but I'm going to be there and I'm going to be with you. I'll accompany you on this journey. Sometimes it's, like if you, it's your best friend being in the audience when you're giving your first talk, you know?
right.
Or sometimes it's somebody, that, like you said, knows the tech and can show me the tech
Right.
end of things. So not only asking for help, because that's a brave, bold thing to do, also,
Yes.
but then being, free to receive it. Because I think lots of times we offer and offer and offer help to others, but we also need to be receptive to receiving the help. No, it's, out of your comfort zone. You're always the doer. You're always the helper. It's out of your comfort zone to accept help. It is kind of out of mine, but I'm going to look for help on the tech side and ask for help and receive that help.
Yeah, yeah, and I always like to say that, the people pleasers and the ones who are always giving and always helping, and I think some part, sort of there's many reasons why, people can give so much, and I think that one of the reasons is that it feels so good. It feels so good to help others and to, sort of be wanted and needed and pleasing people, and
Mm.
like, like it's kind of like a way of showing love and all that. And so I like to reframe that to be like, well, it feels so good for you, but if you never let anybody else do it, like give them that gift
Mm-hmm.
of feeling that. Because if you're always
Right.
doing everything for everyone, and then they never get to do anything for anyone because everything's already done,
Right.
so therefore they don't get to feel that amazing feeling that you get to feel. So, let that be your gift to other people
Right.
to
Be
allow
open
them to feel.
to accepting help. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, because so that they can feel that joy. Yeah.
Hmm. Exactly.
What other empowerment tips do you have?
I think sometimes getting out of your own way is good.
Mm. Yes.
uh, we put up barriers and obstacles, but there's really a lot of times comes down to our own mindset. So, and that goes along with authenticity also.
Mm.
You can be who you really are, change your mindset just a little bit, like you said, that reframing, and then suddenly you're more empowered to do the next thing. And the next thing could just be the next step.
Yes.
But sometimes, look, I did it too. I mean, I'm like the perfect example. When they offered me the show, I said, no, I can't put another thing on my plate. I'll be overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
So then, that was a barrier I put up. And the doing the show has created so much joy and fulfillment in my life. If I hadn't accepted their offer of help, right, which
Yeah.
is what we talked about before, been open to receiving it, said yes to the opportunity, and then grow and learn, I wouldn't have the joy and happiness that I have in my life from doing the show and having the women on and talking with them like you're doing with me now.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rewarding work. And I put up my own barrier. So I had to change my mindset a little bit. And, not to fit into somebody else's mold, but to
Mm-hmm.
realize I can do this. I just need help. And that's okay.
Yes, that's okay. And the thing is that we all need help. Because if we try and
Yeah.
do everything, it's just that's when like burnout happens and you run yourself into your ground. Yeah, and you could miss
Right.
out on an opportunity like you potentially could have missed out on, or you did at the beginning until they did talk about the help.
Yeah. And I always say, just link arms with, for me, I like to link arms with other women, and together we move forward. I've never been a fan of climb the ladder and reach back and help another. I don't want to do that.
Mm.
I want you to, let's come alongside each other. I want to come alongside you, you come alongside me, and let's move forward together, and in the right direction. And if one of us gets off course, we can, be there for each other. And it's very empowering to have other like-minded individuals who share that same philosophy, to lift together, as opposed to, well, uh, let me give back now. Let me give back. I don't like to give back.
Right.
I don't like to reach back. I like to reach out. I like to move forward, and I like to be partnered with people, and really link arms and help each other move forward.
Yeah, I love that sort of like visual that I had as you were saying that. There's like a link arms and move forward. And
Yeah.
yeah, and it's true. And and there's unfortunately some people who don't feel that, right? Right. It's like, no, like me first kind of thing, and like almost like
Hmm.
pushing others
Oh, those are
down.
not
But yeah.
your people.
Yeah.
Those are not your people.
Yeah, exactly. And so this idea of linking arms and doing it together.
Hmm.
And then also like if supporting people in our achievements too, right? Like if
Yeah.
someone does something great, you're alongside each other and you can be like, that is so awesome. And maybe they can um help to move everyone forward with their sort
Hmm.
of achievement. And then you can have your turn to do yours because we all kind of have our ups and downs at different times. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what celebrating women does. We celebrate each other, um, and even this, what we're doing today, is a celebration. It really is, of each other. Um, you're starting something exciting and wonderful. You have opened your platform to me.
Yeah.
So that's us linking arms, and empowering each other. Sometimes I think people might get caught up a little bit with the word empowering, thinking,
Mhm.
like, really overthinking it, what empowerment means. But to me, I keep it simple, just like I kept my definition of authenticity simple. I keep my definition of empowerment simple too. It's simply um, loving and serving
Mm.
empowers others and it empowers you.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's such a good thing to keep in mind, loving and serving, because if we were all loving and serving, this world would be such a different place, and we would all
Yeah.
feel so empowered.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
And I've
I've,
traveled.
yeah, go
Go ahead.
ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, 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 tell me your story. Yeah.
I was just saying I've traveled all over the world on medical missions, and it's not the kind of I'm there and I'm saving you. It's I'm here with you. You're not alone, and we're going
Mhm.
to get through this together.
Yeah, yeah. I
I'll bring my
absolutely love that.
expertise as a nurse,
Mhm.
but I'm with you and for you. I'm not saving you.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
That's
that's so
very
interesting
impactful.
that you bring that up, because I with my coaching business, I do that with other coaches as well. Is like I use my skills as
Mhm.
project management, as being the super organized planner person, to work with another coach to help them launch their programs, really, so that
Yeah.
they can get their so that they can help people, so that helping people help people, but doing it in a way where it's like, okay, so I understand that, like, doing this is super overwhelming, this is a giant task, but I'm going to do it with you, and I'm going to hold your hand every
Yeah.
step of the way. I won't do everything for you, but I will,
Right.
and like, be there to support you, and I'll keep you focused, and I'll keep you organized, and just like, this is what we're going to do bit by bit, and hold your hand. Yeah, that just kind of popped in my head as you were talking about
Yeah.
that. I was like, "Oh, I wonder if, like, part of what I'm doing is empowering." I'm like, and that whole, like, with you thing, just, yeah, I
Absolutely, what
love
you're
that.
doing is absolutely in that direction. Absolutely. I feel that,
Mhm.
from your work and what you're doing. It's so you just reframe it and accept it
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you are empowering others
Yeah,
through
and I
your
hadn't really thought about it that way. I'm just like, "I don't know, this is my thing. I can just help people with it." Yeah. What makes you feel inspired?
There's a lot that you could talk about that is not inspirational right now, but what
Mm,
keeps me inspired is just hope. Yeah. With hope in your life, that feeling of hope, you can really take that next step because hope takes away fear. It counteracts it. So I think for me, I find hope, which is kind of a ephemeral thing, to be very inspiring. And I think having that hope um, can really help others too. If you lose hope,
mm.
then it looks like a dark alley. If you have hope, it looks like the bright light of opportunity and enlightenment and happiness is available to you.
Yes, yes. I love that. It's true. It's like this shining light.
Hmm.
Mhm. Yeah, and what, like, inspires you to keep doing your show, and interviewing women and empowering them?
Because of the impact. I believe it's
Mm,
having an impact. If it was just doing it and to throw it up on YouTube or Facebook or even on TV, um, and that was the end of it,
right.
it's but it's because it has an impact and a ripple effect on them and their lives. Um, that's inspiring to me to keep going with it and keep improving. Like
Yeah,
now I've got a little bit of a bigger studio, I've got a little bit of a more advanced team. Uh, I'm putting more money into it. That's part of it too.
right.
But it really when I see the impact the women come back to me after the show's aired and they said, I had a party with my family and we watched it on TV and they couldn't believe it and I felt so good. That's important. We should all and feel like we are a role model. Every woman has
Mm,
something to offer to another. So I love those fun little snippets or somebody who said that she was so nervous before, but now loves this kind of thing and is getting out there more because I made her feel so comfortable on my show. You know,
Right.
just
Yeah.
little things. Yeah, that really inspires me to keep going. The impact.
Oh, that's amazing. And you must be making an impact, and not just on the women that you interview, but also like on their families and the other people that are watching it, right? It could
Hmm.
really have an amazing ripple effect of what you do.
Yeah,
Oh,
because I'm setting them up to demonstrate the role model that they are, to amplify their voice, their visibility, and celebrate their impact and their influence. I mean, it's just a beautiful gift, and to them, and I guess kind of being a nurse, I'm more of a giver and a nurturer, and I just love that part of it. I love that part.
oh, that's so awesome. Oh, thank you so much for
It's my
today. We
authentic self.
Yes, yes. Empower women to be authentic. Yeah. Yeah, because everything we touched on today was really about that sort of like being real, and it's okay to be you and to be your authentic self, and that say yes to opportunities and
Yeah.
see where it goes, and know that you're in this empowered place to choose to continue down that path or change the path or say yes to the next thing along that same
Hmm.
path, and like where it could go could be just endless opportunities, and that we and it's really good to support each other as
Yeah.
women. We got to stick together. Let's go. Let's link arms and do this together and
Right.
be really free to receive help along the way, which is kind of
Hmm.
part of that supporting others. Not only are you supporting other people, but let them support you as
Hmm.
yeah. Thank you so much. Do you have any sort of final words of wisdom?
Words of wisdom. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I have any final words of wisdom. Just I don't know. I kind of echo your message. Be you, be authentic.
Yeah.
Let everything that you're doing align with who you are and what your values are. And then you'll find joy and peace and happiness in that. If you're not true to yourself, I don't know. I don't think that feels very good or empowering.
Exactly. Yeah. And I always like feel like a goal of so many of us is actually to have that happiness. And I think it starts
Yeah,
with us and being authentic to yourself. Yeah.
I agree. That's
Thank
why I
you.
was drawn to your podcast. I totally am aligned with your philosophy and the work that you're doing. So thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for being here. So let us know where listeners can find you. Okay, authentic with you.
I have a website, um, DianeCurley.com. It's my full name. That's my website. And there you'll see interviews that are my written interviews for the past 5 years. You'll see some of my shows are up there. Some of my speaking engagements are up there. There's a contact form. You can reach out to me, and I'll support, you know, any kind of question or concern. And, we'll move forward together.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, everyone. Until next time, stay true, stay bold, and thrive on your own terms. This is Elisa signing off authentically. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope it inspired you to live a more authentic life. I'd love your help in inspiring more people to live authentically. So please follow, rate, and leave a review so we can create a ripple effect of authenticity. Until next time, stay true to you, be bold, and thrive on your own terms. This is Elisa signing off authentically.